Before we start, I just want to publicly thank everybody for coming out. It was an awesome display of the Tiger Nation and their desire for us to build a football program here, and that's absolutely what we're going to do, one that they can be proud of, and I appreciate every one of them for coming out and supporting us. I'm sorry that we're sending them home with a loss, but I appreciate them, and they need to keep coming back out because we're going to keep getting better. That being said, fire away.
How would you assess Paxton making his first start?
Some good and some bad. Made some plays. Obviously, the play that sticks out is quarterback sneak. You got to secure the football. It's the most important thing that anybody that touches the football does is get up off the ground with it, and we didn't accomplish it on that play. So I think he'll continue to get better if he continues to work like he has been working, and so that's what I'd say about his performance. Some good and some bad.
Oh, you're disappointed with the lack of running game? Couldn't help the young quarterback out more?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm just disappointed that we couldn't help the defense out on offense more than we did. But we knew going in. I mean, the strength of their defense was their front, and they've changed up the way they're doing some things technique-wise, and the way they play. If you can't get movement, it makes it very difficult to run the football because they're reading a lot more than they used to. So all those excuses, basically, we didn't run the ball, and if we don't run the ball, it'll be very difficult to win.
Defense played well, and then in the fourth quarter, after you tied it offensively, that touchdown made it 14. They went right down the field and answered, and it seemed to wear you guys down in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's the step that we've got to make as a program. To me, that's the kind of the way I see it. I think our kids were incredibly conditioned to play in the warm weather. I think we embraced it. I think that's part of our mantra now. That's part of our badge of honor is that we can handle. We work out when it's hot, and I thought we were going to try and use that to our advantage. I think we did. But the next step we've got to take is versus good teams. You just cannot make little mistakes, and you, especially with where we're at right now, and you score to tie it up, and then you make a couple little mistakes, and it gets amplified a little bit, and next thing you know, you're back down. So, just as a program, I don't look at that as a defensive thing. I just say as a program, we've got to learn to finish versus quality opponents, and we're not there yet.
As a program, was this you wanted to see what you were relative to last year when you got the entire BW? You said, and as a program, was this? I know there are no more victories, but was this a step forward?
Well, I think it did. I think it's hard for me. I have to stand in front of our in front of our team and tell them exactly how I feel because that's how I do it. And we're not happy. And people will say that, yeah, but you played them a better game than you played them last year. But that's not what we're shooting for. So, did we play them tough? Yeah, we did. But we're going to make them take the next step.
Is this loss even more frustrating, seeing that you all were in position that actually win the ball in that third?
Well, frustrating is a bad word to use. I think I'm not frustrated. I'm not happy. Nobody in that locker room should be happy, but I'm not frustrated. I'm not frustrated with the kids. We have a lot of teaching points that we have to make, and we have a lot of growing up we've got to do. They beat us. Don't take anything away from Duke. They beat us. We're getting there. We lost a close, hard-fought football game that we had opportunities to make plays to win, and we just didn't make enough of them.
Coach, when you talk about opportunities, third down conversions,
Yeah.
ability to convert on third down.
Well, it's always been tough for us just because now they know it's a pass. It's just difficult. And when we threw the ball with some effectiveness, It was when it was a run down, you know, and you know, that's obviously our third down efficiency has got to get better. And if you can, the better you can run the ball, the easier third down becomes. It's kind of go hand in hand.
You played a lot of young guys as expected on offense. Evaluate just overall the unit as a whole, the young players getting in.
Oh, I like the way they prepared. Just on both sides of the ball, I like the way the young guys that played in the game prepared to play. I like the way they approached the game. At times, I thought that we looked young. You know, at times we looked a little, I don't know what the word is, hectic. You know, just not like an old, mature player. So, you know, they played hard, they played tough. They didn't make huge mistakes, but I don't think them as a group, I don't think that they'd say that they played as well as they would have liked to have played.
You want to talk about Mark, the base game? I mean, he had a great game, you know, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. How big was he for your defense today?
Well, you know, obviously, Martin does some things in pass rush. He's a very long guy and causes some people some problems. So that was big for us. Our front, I thought, played pretty well at times. And it's good to get pressure on the quarterback. You know, I mean, that's kind of paramount to defending the pass.
When you need to get line up and get run for 1 yard, is it troubling that you haven't did that?
Oh, it drives me crazy. I mean, twice. You know, we fumbled on the quarterback sneak, and then we didn't get it on the one there going to the left, and you know, that you have to get it. It's not an option to not get it. You have to. If you want to win the game, you've got to get those. And we did. We were 0 for 2 on those 2.
Coach, you had to be happy with a couple of times passes still tall in the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, he made some plays. You know, I mean, again, I don't want to sound like I'm you know, there's plenty of good in that. It's just not good enough to beat Duke. You know, it's just not good enough to beat them this year in this game. And you know, that's what we're ultimately striving for. So there's positives throughout the roster in individual performance, but what we've got to do is get the collective performance good enough to win the ballgame.